Hello and I want to welcome you to Chapter 6, Algebra, Graphs and Functions. This will be the guided answers to problem sets throughout this set of notes. So let's get started with 6.1, Order of Operations. Here are the order of operations. If you would like to review them, please stop the video now to read the slide or refer to the notes posted in the course. So problem sets found in 6.1. The problem set 1 will read evaluate the expressions for the given values of the variables. So what we really have to do, for number 1 it says x squared when x is -5. All you do is just, where you see the x in the expression, just replace it with the number that the variable is equal to. So I like to write it in parentheses first, squared. So what that really means is -5 squared. It's just -5 times -5. So for this, a negative times a negative gives you a positive. So 5 times 5 is a positive 25. Alrighty, and for something like example 2, or problem set 1, it says negative x squared when x is -3. So what's going to happen with something like this, since the negative is outside of the expressions being squared, and also the x variable has a negative value in for it, what we want to do is write our negative, open parentheses like we did before, write what the variable is equal to the -3 squared. So if we simplify that, we have the negative, and that means the -3 times -3. So that negative will stay right there, but we know for right here, a negative times a negative will be a positive. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's a positive 9 right there. And then finally, just to simplify, we have -9. Okay, if we continue on with the same set of problems, now it looks like we're going to be adding something besides just multiplying the variable. So like before, let's just rewrite our expression. We'll open up parentheses for whatever that variable is going to be equal to. You just keep writing out the expression. Now I like to go through and say x is equal to -2. Just go to that parentheses and put a -2 in its place. Now let's go through and simplify. -4 times -2 is a positive 8. Let's not forget to add that 4. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, and with example 4, let's go ahead and repeat the same pattern that we have been. 7, open up parentheses, squared, plus 5. Let's open up parentheses and close them, minus 11. All we did was just write out the expression, replacing the x found in each with an open set of parentheses. And now we're just going to go through and it says when x is -1. So in each of these parentheses, let's write a -1 in its place. Okay, so let's go through and simplify. We have 7 times, if we rewrite this, -1 times -1. Alrighty, and 5 times -1 is -5 minus 11. Now, if we simplify this part, 7 times, what's a negative times a positive, negative times a negative, that's a positive. So this is just a positive 1 times a positive 7, so that's just 7. Okay, and if we look at this part right here, a -5 minus a -11, we're going to have a -16. No, excuse me. So if we just keep this expression, we have 7 minus 5 is 2. minus 11. And what's 2 minus 11? That's minus 9, or negative 9. Okay, if we keep looking at examples that might be found in this first set, we can use values like this, where we're actually going to plug in what the x is equal to and see if what happened on the left side of the equation is the same as what's going to happen on the right side. So let's go start off by writing our expression, replacing every variable with a blank set of parentheses. Okay, and it says x is 3, so let's plug a 3 right there for this blank. Okay, and 8 times 3 is 24, plus 3 equals 23. Right, so 24 plus 23 is going to be 27. Equals 23. So if you see, 27 and 23 are not the same, so that is a false statement. So that means 3 is not a solution. So that means 3 is not a solution. Okay, if we keep looking, we have for number 2, 2x squared plus x equals 28. So let's just go through, replacing all variables in the expression with a open and closed set of parentheses. So we have 2 blank squared plus blank equals 28. Let's go through and write a negative 4 in each set of parentheses, since that is what the x is equal to. So if we solve this, that is 2 times negative 4 squared is going to be a 16, minus 4 equals 28. So what is 2 times 16? That is 32, minus 4 equals 28. And if you look, 32 minus 4 is 28, so 28 equals 28. So that means negative 4 is a solution. Okay, and finally, the last problem set example found in set 2 for 6.1 will look something like this, where we have 2 different variables and each has a corresponding value. So let's just start off, and I'm going to open up parentheses. So 4 times open and close parentheses plus 2 times open and close parentheses equals negative 2. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to change colors. Alright, so for this first one it says a negative 2 for x. So we found where x was, it was right here. So let's write a negative 2 where the x was. Okay, and now it says 3 in for y. Y was located right here, so let's write a 3 in for there. Let's go through and simplify. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 2 times 3 is 6, equals negative 2. And if we simplify, negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. So negative 2 equals negative 2. That is a true answer. So that means x equals negative 2 and y equals 3 is a solution.